Alright, what's going on, guys? It's me, it's Nick, finally stepping up from behind the camera, I guess. I'm gonna show you and tell you what I have on my loadout, because, I don't know, maybe some of you are interested. So I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of what I have, what I like about it, stuff like that. I'm gonna start from the top and go down. Alright guys, as I said, I'm going to tell you about my loadout. This is what it looks like, more or less, at any given time at an Airsoft event. Obviously I'm not in it, clearly, because, it's on the floor. But I'm just going to break everything down from the top and go down to my boots. And just talk about each thing individually. Alright guys. As I said before, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. So, start off with, this is the helmet that I wear. It's an Emerson Bump replica, I believe. It's nice. It was $70 because it has a fancy paint job on it, but I really like it. I need a helmet because I have a terrible tendency of running my head into things and not paying attention, so this helmet was a must for me, and it looks cool in my opinion. And it comes with a whole bunch of Velcro on it, for all your patch needs. Obviously, most helmets nowadays come with the MVG mount, but instead of nods, because I'm a poor, broke person, college and all that, it's what I use to film with. And speaking of filming, my camera is a super cheap $40 bundle deal from Amazon. It's a Weemus 4K. Oh, there we go. Weemus 4K. Like I said, I got it for 40 bucks off Amazon. It came with a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of mounts. It came with one of these cases, which I painted with that real fancy tactical Walmart paint that you can buy. The neat thing about my helmet setup that I really like is this brain exploder mount. And what you'll notice is when you put the camera down, it's even better with legit GoPros. It gives you that first person view of aiming down the side of your rifle or whatever you choose. It's really nice. I think it was $30 when I got it from Amped. If you want to start filming and you have a helmet, you have a GoPro, I would definitely suggest picking up one of these mounts. The guy 3D prints them, and I haven't really had any problems with it. I had to shave a little bit off the back to fit the helmet, but they tell you that in the description because not all helmets are the same. So that's the helmet, what I got on it. Next is my goggles. These are Lancer Tactical. They're like, I think the model number is like CA221A or something like that. I got these because all the reviews and information that I found online say they work really well with large framed glasses, which, as you can see, I wear. Yeah, I've gone the contact route. I don't like contacts. They're such a pain to put in and take out every day. Glasses are just way easier. So I got these, and they fit over your glasses really well. So if you have glasses that you want to play Airsoft with, I would suggest getting these. I think they were like $12 or $13 off Amazon. They've lasted me a really long time. And they fit the curve of my helmet really well. So what I mean is, whenever I'm wearing them, it mates with the top edge of the helmet, and so it prevents anything from going in the sides, and it keeps them full seal. So yeah, I don't really have to worry about BBs getting into the top. And on the bottom, I wear mesh, depending on what camo I'm wearing for that day, whether it be ATAX FG or multicam. Depends on which color I wear because, I guess you gotta look cool in Airsoft. That's like 90%, right? These are super nice. Once I was hesitant to get a set of one of these at first because I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it riding up on my face. After playing my first couple of games and getting shot in the face, with these on, I won't go back. They're really nice because obviously it covers the whole lower part of your face, and I've never had any problems with any BBs going through it, even at close range. I like this because nobody likes getting shot in the face. I'm ugly enough as it is, so anything to prevent me from getting worse, obviously I'd like. And these also mate well with the goggles. Whenever they're on my head, because I bent them in the shape of my face, it fits the curve of the goggles, and it mates up over my nose just as well. So that's what I wear on my head at any given time during an airsoft event. And from there, I'll just move on down. Alright, so on down from the helmet, I'm just going to go to what uniform I wear. For multicam, I just wear a generic, I don't even know what brand it is, just multicam, top and bottom, so I didn't feel like bringing those out because everybody's seen them. That's for whenever we're running tan that day. For green, my team decided to go with ATAX FG. I really like this combat shirt. It's lightweight. It's not the standard BDU top, so it breathes well, and I don't really have any complaints. It's just your standard long sleeve combat shirt. It's got all your patches on it, both sides, both shoulders. It's great. The brand is True Spec for the shirt, and the pants. Oh Lord, hold on. The pants I have are Zap Tactical, I believe. Hold on, let me check and make sure I didn't lie. Well, it just says Tactical Pants, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Zap. I really like these because of the built-in pads. My knees are terrible, and anything I can do to prevent me from hurting myself is a must. So with these, they have a hard plastic knee pad, and then under that is just like this neoprene foam that goes farther down your shin, or towards your shin, I should say. They've got a bunch of pockets. I mean, you know, they're tactical pants, but I really like them solely for the knee pads. I used to have a pair of Hatch X Tacs that I would run with my multicam pants, but I blew those out, and anytime I would run or slide, they would fall down around my ankles, and that's just a pain to work with. So when I got these pants and I got used to wearing the knee pad, or them with the knee pads in, they're absolutely fantastic. I would suggest any style like this, as opposed to getting strap-on or wrap-around knee pads, just for the fact that when you slide, take a knee or whatever, these will always be in the right place, and you never have to worry about them sliding down around your ankles. So that's my uniform. Get that out of the way. Next, I'll talk about my plate carrier. My plate carrier is a Pantac MPS. I got back up for this, right? Front and back, this is what it looks like. I'll just cut here, and I'll talk about that more in depth.
Alright guys, so this is my plate carrier. This is what it would look like during a game, minus the gun. So I'm just going to talk about what I've got on here. This might take a little while, so be ready. So up front, already, right away, you see that I carry a whole bunch of mags. On my plate carrier, I carry 10. And that's not all of them. I carry 3 more additional ones and a couple other places. 2 of them on my hip, 1 on the gun. So the mags that I use, I love these mags. They're KWA K120s. I can't say any bad things about them. If I have any advice to you about these mags, do not take all the springs out at once, and do not put them all in the same place if you do. That's enough about that. On the KWA K120s, I have Ranger plates. These are phenomenal when it comes to picking up and reloading your magazines and your gun, because all you have to do is just hook this edge when you're drawing them out, and they just stick there. It's great. I love them. I guess I should talk about the vest itself. It's a Pentac MPS. I don't know if they make it anymore. Bought it a long time ago whenever I first started getting serious in Airsoft. And I always think, you know what, I need to get a new loadout, but I just can't bother spending the money on it, on something that I know works. I just like having something that has lasted me this long and I know it works. So that's the mags. This is just some 4 mag pouch. I don't even know. It's not nothing special, just your stereotypical 4 mag. This admin pouch is a custom-made admin pouch by a guy that I've airsofted with before. If you want one, feel free to message me in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. It's really nice. I've used it a couple times. No complaints. It holds what I want. It's got plenty of Velcro. He did a fantastic job. Obviously patches, team patch. Inside, I always carry an extra knife and a multi-tool. This is something new that I've started doing because I've had to reattach some things in my motor grip. I had to reattach the motor contacts, and I figured it's about time that I carry a multi-tool because I always have to bug somebody to get it. It's got these clear plastic pockets in it. Quite nice, spongy, it's great, works great, I can't complain. My radios, one's a Bailfang UVR 82 or whatever that normal one is. The other one is the same thing, it's just version 2. I've got them in custom cardboard holsters, I guess, to prevent me from hitting the buttons while I'm moving about, because whenever I first started playing with it, I noticed that would happen. It's just some cardboard, duct tape. I've got foam in there. You can't see it, but trust me, it's there. I've got, like I said, the Bailfangs. I've got them programmed for the civilian channels, so your GMR, what is it? GMR and FRS, family radio service stuff. And they work great. Now you see that I have a whole bunch of wires leading from both of them. This one's the same one. It's got a bit more of a fancy little holster system going into it, but it's still the UV5R. What I did on this one right here is I put all the codes, all the frequencies, and what number they are. I don't know if you can tell, but trust me, they're there. 1 through 21, or 1 through 22, and then I put the NOAA frequencies on the tail end of them. And I've done that with all my radios. Now, as I started to say before, you can see I've got all these wires going from it. Both of these wires are antenna relocators, and they go to my antennas on my back, which I'll show you in a bit. These other wires are for mics. Whenever I started playing with a team, I really like the idea of being able to call in stuff. I like being the radio operator. So this one will go to this B-Tech radio speaker mic. It's waterproof, it's cheap. I love this mic, it's fantastic. There's no complaints. I got it off Amazon for like 30 bucks, I think. It's a whole lot cheaper than a whole bunch of, the really fancy tactical guy speaker mics that you see other guys wearing. And then my other mic is a Code Red Headsets Assaulters headset mic, and it attaches to my shoulder strap and goes in my ear, and then I've routed the speaker to this main pouch in between my admin and the rest of the plate carrier. And all I gotta do is just reach up and hit the button, which is really easy to do even with gloves on. It's right here. This was pretty, I say pretty expensive. It was like 40 bucks. It's really good. I think it sounds great. I also bought a ear piece, I guess. It comes with a normal security guard, just earbud on it, but I upgraded to this so that I could also hear what was going on. Shut up, phone. around me. These shoulder pads were also custom made by the same guy who did my admin pouch. I asked him to put an extra thickness of foam in here, and they're great. They also keep all my wires and stuff just neatly trapped in here. So that's the radio, that's the shoulder strap. This sling is it's an FMA sling that I've cut and repurposed with these hooks. I don't remember who makes these. I think they're Magpul. Yeah, they're Magpul hooks. I love these because you can lock it, and once you lock it, you can't open it. Not even a little bit. And all you have to do is just unlock it, and it works. I have a system on my rifle. System, you know, trying to be fancy tactical words. It's just a sling mount that this clips onto, and I'll show you that whenever I get to the rifle. In this main pouch, I carry my dead rag, just your normal little Walmart handkerchief. It's great. I have a couple of these, that way I can give them out if somebody needs them because they forgot theirs or they don't have one. I also carry spare batteries in here. I just recently switched to Dean's, but I know that I'm not the only one that ever runs out of batteries. So I have one in a small Tamiya and another one in Dean's, and I carry these with me in every game because nothing worse than having to go back to staging to get a spare battery just because yours went down in the middle of a firefight. And that's what the front of my plate carrier is and how it's set up. Onto the back, there's the antennas. The reroute kits go to these antennas. The Neoga 771s, 15-inch, and I've just got them in through the molly so that they go up. Like I said, I'm the guy that runs around with a big goofy antenna sticking over his back. I like radios. They're a whole bunch of fun. So that's the way that is. This is a source hydration pack. It's for a 1-liter ladder. I had this Velcro put on because, you know, patches and stuff. Instead of using it for hydration, I use it as like a general purpose grenade pouch. And it holds my grenades. I can reach over my back to get into this pouch to get into it and grab a grenade. I like my Thunderbees. This is a Thunderbee that I modded using a drill and the penny method. I like the dumbbell shells for this because it clips into this clip. That's I think it's Tactical Tailor grenade clip. I also like carrying smoke grenades. I like purple because purple's awesome. It fits in the grenade clip. The reason I don't use these smoke grenades in the grenade clip is because they slide back and forth, and I've lost grenades from doing that. But anyway, these smoke grenades are EG, I don't know, they're just the normal. I think they're like EG-18s or something like that. There's a wire pull smokes. Pull that, smoke goes off. I love grenades. It's a whole bunch of fun. Depending on where I go, I'll also carry my Airsoft Innovations XL Banger. It's an impact grenade. Has a little microfilm that goes over this hole, and I charge it with propane. It's nice. It's robust whenever you can get it tuned right. But, you know, that can be a slight problem when it comes to tuning. But anyway, that's my plate carrier. That's a Pantac MPS. I don't know if they make them anymore. And I'll move on from there to what I wear on my hips and in my pockets.
Alright, so I've talked about what I wear on my head. I've talked about my uniform. I've talked about my plate carrier. So I guess what's next is what I wear on my waist and what's in my pockets. So I'm a left-handed shooter, right? Everything I have is oriented for me to do a reload, you know, the whole thing, as a left-handed shooter. From the way I orient my magazines and my radio to what I wear that's not attached to my vest. So on my dominant hand, on my shooting hand side, I have a WE G18C. I like it. Whenever I got it, it came as two separate parts. You had an upper and a lower that you could buy. You could get the Gen 4 Glock lower or the Gen 3 Glock lower. This is the 3. I don't know what else to say. It's a fully automatic 18. It's great. Comes with metal mags. They are green gas. You can get CO2. Yes, there's BBs in there. No, it's not charged. There you go. See? No worries for all you safety nerds. I like the weight. It's good weight. It's full auto. Although most of the time I don't get to use full auto because minimum engagement distances and all that fun stuff. Although one thing I have noticed is that since I run it on the left side, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it does. Since I run it on the left side, the switch is out, and me running will move the little lever from semi to full auto. So half the time I'm going to pull it out and shoot, it goes burp. As much fun as going burp is, people tend to get a little salty when you burp at them. So anyway, it's an 18C. Inside, it's got a Angel Custom loading nozzle. It boosts the FPS a little bit, and it's got a rocket valve in it that also boosts the FPS in it a little bit. As it shoots now with propane, you're looking at about 330, 340 with 2.0s and 290 with 2.5s. And I use 2.5s in it because it gives, I feel it gives it the accuracy that a pistol should have. 2.0s is just kind of wild. So that's the WE18C. The holster is a Chaos Concealment, just Kydex. Goes on my belts. No, I don't have a fancy tactical belt. I just have a leather belt, just a normal everyday leather belt. This is actually for a 40 or 45 frame Glock, because the WE series Glocks are actually thicker than their real steel counterparts. So this, even though it's a 9mm replica, the frame size is actually that of a 45-40 Smith & Wesson. So if you get one of those, make sure you get the right size holster, because otherwise, if you get a 9mm framed holster for a WE Glock, at least the old ones, it won't fit. But it's a pretty nice holster. It's tan, works great with my multicam, not so much with ATEX, but it holds the Glock real well. Never ever had it fall out. It's great. On my wrist, I wear a survival strap. You never know when you're going to need rope or paracord. I just like it. Plus, it's firefighter related. Can't go wrong with having extra rope. In my pocket, I have a Phoenix TK16 flashlight. Really nice light. The warranty on it's really good. Buttons and stuff. It's got a low, yes, I know, potato quality webcam, but it's got a low, medium, high, and turbo. It's also got a strobe function, which is really fun to mess with your friends whenever they're trying to do stuff. It's a $100 light. It's really nice. You never know when you're going to need a good flashlight, especially if you play night games. The throw's decent. Phoenix makes the TK15, which is designed to be a weapon light for like a rifle. It's got a longer throw. This is just a kind of like a general purpose flashlight. It's really nice. I really like it. I'm really glad I bought this. So yeah. On my offhand side, I have a HSGI Chris Costa rig. Carries 2 additional magazines. I said before I had 10 on my plate carrier, and this is where 2 more are. I have these on my hip at all times. Carries an extra WE Glock mag. if I'm running my Glock that day. The HSGI Chris Costa rig is easily the most expensive piece of airsoft kit that I've bought. When I bought it, I don't know what they are now, but when I bought it, it was a $135 piece of kit. I don't regret buying that at all. It's money well spent. I've never had any problems with this. I mean, there's not really that much that can go wrong. The bungees have never given out. That's how you tighten it. If it's too tight or too loose, you can adjust it with the cinch right here. Retention's great. I mean, it's pretty much just a leg panel with tacos on it. Now you'll see I have a smoke grenade here, and if you notice, it's oriented upside down. Now the reason I do that is because whenever I'm ready to deploy it, I just pull it out and it pulls the cap off. And the cap stays captured in the taco, and all you do, shut up phone, all you do is just pull the ring and throw it. I used to have it oriented in the upward position, and then I had electrical tape over the cap. I pull the cap off and then throw it. But I discovered that these Nola Gay smoke grenades fit perfect in these pistol tacos. So I just took out the action of me pulling off the cap and just orient it like this. That way I can just do that, you know, whatever. So that's that. I really like this rig. I really like the KWA mags. I really like the smoke grenades. Works great. In my pocket on my offside, I have a Emerson CQC. I think it's an 8. Nope, CQC 7. Tanto. It's by Emerson. It's a really good quality knife. It's really expensive, but it's fantastic. If you have the money to spend on it, I would recommend getting it, but they're really pricey, so be warned if you go looking. And then on my wrist, I have a top-of-the-line $12 Amazon Forester watch. It's just a watch, that's all. If you play big games, telling time, I guess, is important for bleedouts. I don't really do too many milsims. I just kind of play locally. And mostly what I use the watch for is just everyday use. But during Airsoft, it helps me know when my bleed out is. It also tells me how close I am to lunchtime because I like food and I'm fat and lazy. And I get really winded running through the woods, in case you haven't noticed by my heavy breathing. So that's what I have on my pockets, that area. My last piece of gear is my boots. These are 511 Tactical ATACs. They're side zip, the leather. These are fantastic boots. I love them. This is my second pair. My first pair, I actually wore this smooth from use. They're just leather tactical boots. I think they're really light, easy to get on and off. They're boots. They're nice. They keep my feet warm. That's it. And then before I get to my gun, in case you were wondering, I use Elite Force 2/8 in my gun most of the time. And if I have a choice, I'll use BLS BBs. But they're kind of hard to get a hold of sometimes. So Elite Force is my go-to. And then with these KWA K120s, I used to have one of those little pain in the butt pistol magazine loader things, right? You just sit there for hours doing this. Then pardon me. Then I got smart and I got a M12 Sidewinder. I won't go back to using the stupid little thing. This is just so much better. Yeah, whenever I got it, I had the $60 price tag, but I think it's gone down to like $40. Don't quote me on it. Don't do it. But if you have a lot of mags like me, as I said, I have 13 mags on me at a given moment during an airsoft game. Great. It takes M4 mags, right? You turn a little knob thingy and the BB comes out. Now that's great because each rotation of this wheel is 12 BBs. So you take a mag, K120, put it in here. Done. Yes, I know that was 11, but they have new springs and they're not broke in. But just like that, I've loaded one mag. Well, all right then. Loaded one mag. Take that times 13, and it's a whole lot better than doing this. So if you run a lot of mid caps, have a lot of mid caps like I do, definitely pick one of these up. You won't regret it. Your thumbs will love you, or fingers. If you're one of these people or one of these people, doesn't matter. It's a must, and it's the size of 2 M4 mags. Here, I'll just show you. That's one of the things that they advertise it for. 2 M4 mags, right? Hold on. Let me just do a thing. Just do this. Put these BBs back. There you go. 2 M4 mags, same size. So if you really wanted to and you want to listen to this, you can take it with you. I don't. It's locked up with the rest of my stuff in my car. But that's just some extra piece of kit. Moving on to my next and final thing is my gun. So I have a Crytek SPR. It's Gen 1. I got it the summer the Cryteks first were introduced. It's kind of beat up. I've had it for a while. I'll just give you the normal, fancy cool guy Airsoft GI thing that they like to do. That's just I don't even know what kind of suppressor that is. Just some generic suppressor that fits on it. Screwed onto it. Give you the little flyby. So that's my gun. It's beat to hell. I posted a question about it at one point on the teching forum, and they said just get a new gun. I'm not going to get a new gun because they're $345. Why get a new gun whenever it's perfectly fine? Yes, I know I could just get a receiver kit, but that's $70 for something that works. Anyway, I guess I'll start at the back. This is the sling that I was talking about whenever I was on my plate carrier. You just clip that clip on it, just like similar to this. And if I want to take it off, I just unclip it and hand it off to somebody, or put it down so I can run. It's from an FMA, which I think is a knockoff Irene or Vigorous Tactical. I don't know. Somebody will know in the comments. It's really nice. It's decent quality plastic. Once again, this has got one of those locking clips. Put it on, hit the tab. It's not going to move. It's attached to a Magpul ASAP. I think that's what it is. Sling plate. It rotates all the way around so that if I'm shooting, I can transition to the other side and it won't choke me. And that's because I wear a sling that's mounted to the vest. It comes in underneath the shoulder pad, as you saw, and it doesn't move. So all my play is in the hook attached to my shoulder. So I can switch sides and have enough room to move the gun without choking me. Another thing that I like about it is whenever I don't need it, when I want to get it out of the way, I can take it and sling it up. Since it's attached to the shoulder pad and everything underneath of it, I can sling it up underneath my gut over my shoulder like this, and I'm free to do whatever with both of my hands. So that's nice. The grip has some grip tape that I put on it, and it's grip tape. It works great with those gloves. This is just a cheap $40 red dot from Amazon because it's airsoft, and I'm not trying to shoot half a mile with it. Yes, it works. It's a green and red. I like it. It's nice. It gets the sight up a little bit. Kind of looks cool. What I have done to this gun, I'm not going to bore you with the internals, but if you do get a Crytek, I would suggest leaving it stock unless you have someone really good work on it. I had someone work on it. I wasn't happy with it, and so I'm just making everything go back to stock. But anyway, since I am a left-handed shooter, something that I definitely had to get was this ambidextrous mag release. So obviously, put the mag in. Oh, by the way, the 13th mag is also a KWA that I have in my gun. So I have a full loadout whenever I need to reload still. Obviously, it works from the right-hand side, no problem. But being a left-handed shooter, I shoot like this. So I can still activate my mag release with my left hand. And it's something that I use on all my M4s. It's necessary for me because of the way it is. Something else with the Crytek has the ambidextrous safety, perfect for lefties. Moving forward, I have these OD green rail covers. I just had them and I put them on there and I just haven't taken them off. I like the look of it though. I think it looks pretty cool. It adds just a bit of color to an otherwise black rifle. Black rifles matter. On the rail, I don't know how well it'll show up. See that texture? That's actually more of that grip tape that's on the grip. What I did was I laid it on there and then cut out all the rail sections with an X-Acto knife, which by the way took forever. It creates a really nice surface that my gloves grip onto, and it just feels really nice in hand. This is a Magpul Gen 1 AVG angled version. Yeah, AVG. I don't really like the new ones because they don't have these wings on them, and I don't know if you can get the Gen 1s anymore. But I absolutely love it because it just feels great in my hand. Something about the rail also is that it's really thin. It's not those bulky quad rails. So you can get a real nice grip on it, and I like having this thin grip. On one side I have Velcro for a light switch. That Phoenix I'll put on here sometimes if I'm playing night games. And on the other side is a key mod section that I think it's just some generic key mod. But that's where I'll mount my light and have the switch over here. On the front, I've got just a generic, I don't even know what brand it is, but it's a silencer that screws onto the threads. If you'll notice, it actually goes into the rail section, and that is because it actually goes over my outer barrel. I took the cap off and screwed it in because I didn't like the idea of having an extra, like, 8 inches to the end of my gun, and it looks pretty cool with it in there like this, right? So that's all I've done. It's a real thin profiled suppressor, silencer, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't do anything. It just makes the gun look cool. But to pad it, what I've done is I've put a piece of foam and cardboard, because if you don't and you screw it in all the way, the threads will actually protrude from the hole. So anyway, that's the Crytek SPR Gen 1. That's what I play with. It's really nice. I beat it. I've just trashed this gun, and it still works. Works great. Anyway, that's that. Now you know what I play with. Sorry this video was so long, but if you want to know what I play with, I guess you'll watch it. Anyway, y'all have a good day.